was it having brothers and sisters outside of that? Like, what was it like growing up with each other? Because I've never had that experience. Let me just throw that out. Anytime I've lived in a house with my siblings, they were either my mom's stepkids or my dad's stepkids. I grew up in the house with like my actual sibling. Like, I think my mom's son lived with us for a short period of time, but he really was like, I don't fuck with y'all. I want to live with my dad. I don't fuck with y'all. And when I did like live in a house with my dad and my brother was there, we still don't have the same mother. Right. So how was that growing up with somebody who, you know, not only shared the same physical house as y'all, but y'all got the same mama?
We look alike too.
Ooh, same face.
And we went to school together.
How was it though? Because I never got that experience.
Sure wasn't really that bad, man.
It was cool.
It was cool. Like we just went through a lot of things together in the household, you know what I mean? And then we also have another sister. Mm-hmm. So with my mom and my stepdad. But you know, side note, like, and we always talk about this in the group chat, like we don't do halves, you know.
No,
what I'm saying?
not at all. This is my sister.
Ain't no halvesies,
and this is
right?
my brother.
So it was never like I've never looked at Sierra like she was more my sister than my other sisters. But we probably are the closest because we've spent the most time together, you know what I mean? And you know, we only 3 years apart, so I've known her for a long time.
Mad
long, you know. So
he was a senior when I was a freshman. You know,
right.
Perfect.
Right. So that was pretty cool. I think I took the fact that we were so relatively close in age for granted for a long time. Like that 3-year gap has gotten significantly smaller, which it should, because time is relative, right? So you know, a 32 and a 35 is different than a than a 13 and a 16, right? You know, or a 15 and an 18, or even an 18 and a 21, right? So we've gotten even closer as we gotten older, but we've shared a lot of experiences in the house. But you know,
I think it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I always had a big brother, like, and every time I come home, it's always like, do you remember when you did this to me? Like, we was recounting my 13th birthday the other day, but Ellery came in with, by the way, I was terrorizing you the whole 9 months leading up to it because my birthday is September. So he recounted this like crazy ass April Fool's joke, and I remember that being terrified because he made it seem like it was a bunch of spiders in my room, and I was just like a kid. Like, but yeah, I agree. I feel like the age gap is not so much of a thing, but it's like you got this built-in person that has experienced almost everything that you've experienced, and will know exactly where you're coming from. Right.
And the thing is, I feel like in my years growing up, I was either the youngest with my step siblings, like kids that like my mother did not push out, my dad did not push out, or I was the oldest. So like I went through a lot alone. I felt like I didn't have like my older sister to where I could be like, you know, a lot of times me and my step siblings didn't get close until the relationship was over with my fucking parents. Like my mom and my stepdad were getting ready to split. Now me and my stepsister can see eye to eye. Like it was crazy. So those are like when I say like people take having siblings for granted, those are the moments that I wish I was like in high school and my fucking brother was just being annoying as fuck to me. I fucking wish I wish I was like 11 years old wanting to be in his room. He's like, bro, get up. Like, get out my room.
No, because Ellery will wake me up. Ellery will wake me up talking about go get in the shower and then go back to sleep. We go to the same school, bruh.
You have to get in first.
He would be like, he would make me.
That 3 years makes a difference. He understands.
No, he would wake. You remember when weather was on the 8s? This motherfucker would wake me up. Let's say it was 7. We was waiting for 7:58. Why are you waking me up? at 7:49. I gotta wait a whole 9 ass minutes watching the weather, and he sleep.
Yeah, because he would make one thing about Ellery, even present day, he understands
the value
sleep.
of time.
He understands the value of sleep.
And the value of time. I pay other people so I can be happy.
Okay,
in the
So
words of
he understands
Daddy.
sleep.
You know what I'm saying? You was right. I was driving you to school. The least you could do is just give me the weather.
Bitch. I'm the first person in the car, and I gotta sit in the middle.
See that, and that's what I'm talking about, like that awareness thing. Like
that's crazy.
why would I be putting my niggas before my sister? Like, you know, and now there's growth, right? But my niggas was riding shotgun because we was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all was
like, that's my little sister.
Trying to show up.
You know, I am the smallest. So, but still, I was in the car first.
But still, I should be in the front.
But what I'll say is,
y'all get in the back.
Saying, like, I always had my big brother. There was even this short period of time where I was on winter break from college, and he was between apartments, and we shared a room like 2 weeks.
And loved it. Did
No.
you love it? You hated it? What? Not you hated it.
I might have a little bit of and I might have a little sleep apnea, you know.
Bruh, a little.
tad.
You need a sleep hat.
This is when Ellery was still making beats and doing his music thing. So it's 3:30 in the morning. Cece, listen to this. What?
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Yep. Listening.
fine.
Listening.
It's fire.
On his.
All right, that's fine.
Y'all know that little rap duo with the supporter with the white boy.
No.
That's me. That's me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's you. That's
Fucking it
you.
up, though.
That was
Right.
me. That's my dog over there for real. And you know, now that we older, we be getting into tag team debates with the rest of the family. You know what I'm saying? Because logic will always win.
For sure.
And we read the Bible. Our grandmother like to act like we don't. Grandma, we know the Bible too, big dog.
We don't know the Bible like you know the Bible.
I read the Jewish.
Cause you don't like
Bible.
you don't want to.
I read the Timberland boot. The message.
I want you to get to the point. Get
That's
to the
why
point
I
for
read
me.
the Timberland boot version of the
Right.
Bible.
Listen.
And these niggas said, where Jesus at?
Yeah.
That's how the message read.
Where what he look like and what he do.
And Paul said, who all gonna be there?
Or I'm not coming. Okay.
And he did.
And he didn't.
And he didn't. He said, I'm gonna write you a letter instead.
Listen.
Word. To
I think so. I'm not really vocal about a lot of things, but one of the things that, you know, for the record, on camera, in front of the world, I admire y'all.
Oh,
as
so
individuals and as a collective, because like I said, I didn't have that growing up. You know, one of the things that I really wish I was able to have was like my brother defending me, or me getting my first heartbreak and me being like, I'm telling my brother.
You remember you had to squat up on that mother and to punch me?
Yeah.
I remember I was like 5 years old and niggas spit in my face. Guess who I told? My mama.
Damn.
And guess what she did? Went the fuck up there.
Girl.
Okay, it wasn't like because
I know she did.
My brother is 5 years older than me, but my mother's son is 5 years older than me as well. So it was like, I ain't telling this nigga. I don't tell my mama. Like,
But I know
this
she
nigga
did.
don't fuck with me. Like, I'm about to just, because you got to think, I was 5, he was 10.
Right.
I was 15. He was 15, I was 10.
Right.
So it was like,
Squat
He
up.
might have fucked with you though. You didn't
fuck
give
with
him the chance.
I
He
mean,
ain't
I
fuck
feel
with
like
me.
if you told him that a nigga spit in your face,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, but
we
that
have to fight.
We really have to.
Listen.
That's really attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? In
I
some
was 5 years old. I was in
It's a pandemic.
It's a pandemic.
every bit of kindergarten, and
Shit, if I do it,
niggas back then didn't know how to express their emotions.
shit.
So I had
If
this
do
nigga that
it.
thought I was the cutest thing on earth, and he spit in my face. And I
Because you
said,
are.
Oh,
"Oh, that was cute."
that was so sweet.
brother.
Oh.
No, but I just really wish that I had that. Like, growing up, I had London. That's my baby. Shout out to my baby. That's my heart, my soul, my spirit, my nerve. That's my sister. That's my baby. I had London. And London was just like, she was just up under me. She just wanted to do everything her sister did. We was
Who
connected.
older? You or London?
I'm older.
You
London,
older?
yep. London's a year younger than me. So like I had London, but I was older than her. So it was like I
Be big
wanted
sis.
I was big sis. But I always
How'd that
wanted,
feel?
and it is, you know, when you got your own shit, you want to break down. I can't break down to my little sister. She learned it from me.
So when did you get a chance to transition into little sis?
When I got a chance to when it was when I was like, okay, all clear, I can do this, is when me and my sister decided, oh no, it's us. It is us, and I don't give a fuck what got it. Because don't get it fucked up. We were always around each other all the time. You know what I'm saying? When I would go back to my mother's side of the family, it was a few people my grandmother, my chocolate grandma, asked about. She asked about Lil Ellery, Sierra, Jared, and Joe Fontaine. She didn't give a fuck about nobody else. This is all she asked about. So we were always around each other, but it was like, when you get older, your spirit starts to seek certain things. And it wasn't my friends. I had friends, right? Had friends, plenty of associates. I wanted my sister, and I went and got her.
And did.
And held on to her with a death grip. You understand? This, seriously, and it's like, it's such a hard process when you come from two different walks of life, and when you expect the common denominators to do it for you.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
My dad, shout out to my dad. OG, everybody loves him. I love him. That's like literally one of my best friends when he's not being weird.
He goes very hard.
Okay, but I expected for him to do a lot of that hard work, and it wasn't done. So when you are becoming who you are, when you are needing certain things, when you are going through certain things like relationships, and we had a common interest, the medical field, you know what I'm saying? And this is somebody who you have always had to just admire from a distance because you weren't raised in the same household, you know what I'm saying? She was raised totally different than I was, but somehow we had the same experiences, and it was like, golly, I want this person. She looked like me. I want her. I need her. This is the person I need to stand next to me when I get married type shit. Like, I don't want my best friend. I don't want this. I want my sister. And we, two young women, we made that happen. So talk about getting it out the mud.
Yeah.
No, it was deep.
It is deep.
It was deep, and it is still very deep, because sometimes I'll look up and a week have passed. I'm like, I ain't talk to my sister.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
I have not talked to my sister, and sometimes as I call her, as soon as she answered the phone, I just smile. I can't even say anything.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
Where that mouse at?
Where?
What happened to that?
Don't talk about that mouse.
Where's
that cat?
Where Jerry at?
Where's that cat?
Shit.
Where's that little son of yours at? What
Both
you doing?
of 'em, both
And
of
it don't be long, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And then when we out of town together,
A mess.
then I'll be looking forward to it. A mess. Because I need the mess.
I witnessed it.
We had to
I was
tap
cool,
in.
calm,
We had to add
cool,
Ellery
calm,
to the
and
group
collected.
chat.
Because he don't get it. Because he don't understand. But also, not only just wanting my sister, but wanting my brothers too. Like,
The group chat is lit.
it's different. Being a sister and being a woman and a man is different. Like, obviously, my sister understands things about me that my brothers wouldn't, that I don't even express to my brothers. But it's
Thank God.
being able to lean on my brothers for those support. Like I said, at one point, it was just me and Ellery with manifesting, and him seeing something in me that I didn't even see in myself, because he had the awareness that I haven't tapped into yet. And it's leaning on him and trusting him in that respect, because he is my brother. And it's like, damn, I ain't know you had this in you.
Right.
Damn, I ain't know we had this in us
Ooh.
to connect like this. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I think that, like, it's crazy. It's weird because, like, just this small comparison, like, when I'm talking to, like, my dad's kids, it's like, okay, yeah, we make jokes like yo dad, whatever. But, like, I notice I find myself saying, like, oh, my daddy said this. Like a it's different. But, like, when I talk to my brother from my mom, I be like, oh, mommy said come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to you and Ellery talk, and you say mommy a lot. Like, it's a joint thing, right? And I don't understand that. Like, I've always wanted to, like you said, I don't consider y'all my half brothers. This is my brother, this is my sister. Right. But growing up, it's always been like, oh, I came from my mother with this person, this is our mommy. Right. But this is my dad. Like, it was such a possession. And it was like, as I got older, I wanted to just have them. Like, I wanted to possess and hold them. Like, this is my sister. This is my brother. Right. So
I think that's something to say about the relationship that we all have with our dad, right? It's all very different.
Don't worry, he gonna be on here. Don't y'all worry, he coming on here.
Nah, because I remember growing up and feeling like jealous of y'all relationship, right? Because it was low key on display, like it was like in my face. You know, because
Facebook came out.
No. I remember very vividly. I had a volleyball game, and Shaquila was cheering for a basketball game.
I just heard this story for the first time the other day, y'all. Please.
I remember very vividly, and we were at her school, right? So it was an away game for me, a home game for her, and you know, volleyball and basketball is the same season.
Shout out to Warrensville.
Bedford.
Shout out to Warrensville.
Okay, relax.
Okay.
All right. Relax.
Because what's Bedford?
All right, reel it in. We beat they ass. How about that?
What's Bedford?
Anyway, but I very vividly remember our dad not making it to my game, but coming to see you cheer just an hour later. And it was cool, you know, I said, you know, hey, but then I had to go get on the bus and, like, you know, go back. It's not like I could just stay there. And I just remember that. Even when you lived with him for a little bit, I was like, well, damn, so it's fuck me?
No, but it wasn't fuck y'all. It was fuck my mother, because I was like, I'm not, listen, I don't care what you say about him. It may all be true, but there is something that I need in my life that you can't give to me. And if he don't want to willingly give it to me, I'm going to go take it. And I told her, I said, look, I want to live with him. Call him. Tell him I want to live with him. And she told him, and that nigga thought that it was an over the weekend thing until I ain't go home. I wasn't going home, and it was like, and it's so crazy because I gave him hell when I moved in with him because I wanted him. But here he was marrying this woman and giving her kids this life that he had never gave to me. He never gave it to y'all. He never gave it to anybody. And I wanted a different narrative for my own life. So I was like, you know what? And I love her now, right? I love Christina with all of my heart and soul. Right. But at that time, it was fuck her. Fuck her. And I don't care about anything that you're trying to create with her, because while you're trying to create this with her, you need to simultaneously create it with me. I feel like I felt like my position in his life, I didn't understand marriage.
And that was like 05, right? 06?
He met her when I was 8. So
it had to be like...
That was 2000
to
but
2000.
But
when I moved in, I was 13.
Yeah.
So that was like
05. Yes,
because that was when I was a freshman in Akron. They was living right up the street, and I also pursued that relationship. And I used to go over there like when I really didn't go to class that much. You know, that's a whole nother side. You know,
I was in another class at Akron.
No, I was taking my test, but I wasn't really going to class. I was going down and listening to make them fire mixtapes though. But but it was really, you know, now that I look in hindsight, it was pursuit of that relationship with my dad, you know what I'm saying, and like you just said, like, well, if he didn't want to make it happen, like, I'm gonna make it happen because I got, you know what I'm saying, I'm right up the street, like, now it's no excuse, and I got a whip, you know, I'm grown, so
yeah, I really respect it.
I'm over here.
One thing that I've learned about him is that he's not an opposer. Right.
Oh,
he won't oppose it.
No.
He's not an initiator.
No.
Exactly.
Okay, so
it's passive.
He would fly me to Atlanta, or not fly. We drove to Atlanta to see him. I remember me, her, and London. We drove down there. I remember that. I remember she lived in Akron. He would come up, and I just remember, you know, I would be with him in transition, and then I would go with my grandmother. So it wasn't like he wasn't there, but I just needed more. So while it may have looked like it may have looked a certain type of way, but it wasn't that. Like, even when I was there, I still fought for him because he was DJing.
You know, girl, I'm 32 now, right?
Right.
But like,
this is our therapy.
Being 16 years old.
Yeah.
I went and got on the school bus.
Yeah.
Right? And then didn't talk to him for a year. Right?
Yeah.
So.
And then that same year, well, then I turned 16.
Right.
Y'all moved back.
And then I had my license. And I wanted to use his car because he was out of town. And he let some girl have it instead. And she was giving me the fucking rundown like he ain't my fucking dad. And I didn't talk to him for like 6 months.
I wish them bitches would get a life.
I was so hurt because you got to think.
Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't grow up with him as like a dad.
Like an authoritative.
Right? It wasn't authoritative.
Yeah.
He was like.
What you mean, no?
No, it was never no,
right.
ever. So he was more of like my friend. So like when he told me that something was going, it was going, and that was it. So when he told me I'm going out of town for 3 days, you got your license, I trust you with everything that I have, I'm leaving my black Tahoe to you.
Right.
I was like, it's going.
It's up.
Me and my friends, we outside this weekend. I was sitting on the couch like Dej Loaf the whole weekend. Waiting for this lady to drop this car off.
And she didn't.
And she did not drop it.
She did a no call, no show.
She did not answer her phone. She didn't do nothing.
Got your ass.
I ate him up. 16 and entitled, spoiled brat. Ate him up. And guess what?
Well,
he was like, all right, you little spoiled little bitch. I ain't talking to you neither. And we
Niggas not talking to each other.
And guess what? He had a car. I didn't.
He was still outside.
He was outside when he came back. And look at me inside in the house looking at my mother mad because she don't get it and he do.
Shut up, please.
I was upset. But I wanted that from him. And I think that when you... I don't even know who this for. Whoever's listening. Sometimes you gotta be the one to go get it. Sometimes if you got like a long lost sister, long lost brother, if your relationship is shaky with your mother, with your father, sometimes you have to be the initiator to do that because a lot of people don't know how to. They don't know how to do that. They don't know. Like my father grew up with his siblings. They were all in the house. You know what I'm saying? They all had each other. So he doesn't understand my personal struggle or my past tense personal struggle with my siblings that I didn't grow up with. So I wanted that. Listen, y'all know me. I keep telling y'all, my idea of love and relationships is a fantasy. It's not something I've ever experienced. It's always something that I've always imagined. And growing up, I imagined having these relationships with my siblings. Like, I want to just dress like my sister. I want to, like I said, I want to call my brother, this nigga fucking with me. Okay? Come spin a block twice like you got the wrong address. Understood?
You don't have to imagine no more.
And guess what? And now,
here it is.
And manifested.
And now it has manifested.
And I think that's the overall theme, man. Like, whatever, if you want it, you got to go get that shit. Whatever it is, if it's a relationship, some money.
Now I ain't saying just be outright stupid. No, right? We're not saying that. But whatever it is that you want in this life, you have to go out and get it.
Yeah, it's not gonna be handed to you.
And don't be half stepping.
This took work.
Ain't no half-seas.
Matter of fact, speaking of that story that you said before about the person who was like, I'm not a smoker.
Yeah. Or I'm trying to stop smoking.
Yeah. Right. There's a middle ground, right? I quit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't half step.
Yeah, ain't no half step.
Ain't no half step.
Ain't no halfsies.
Right, because you could relapse.
Yeah, you could quit and go back.
You sure can, but I'm not a smoker no more, right? That's a definitive answer. I'm going to get it. I don't smoke no more. Mm-hmm. Right. So
I wanted this. Dang. Which is why I'm so, because the thing is at 30 years old, they both have individual influences on my life. As influential as I may be to y'all, I get my influence from people that y'all have never even met. Ooh. That y'all met now. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want to be a doctor. Trust me. We're done with that. However,
no sir.
I look at my sister and I see her as somebody who has never quit. You know what I'm saying? It may be some things that I don't know that was never, but what I've seen, she has never quit.
Ever.
She has never quit. Any accolade, she has surpassed so much. And literally, I tell people, like, I admire my sister. And it's not just her being the doctor. While that is a great accomplishment, because a lot of people don't like to give credit where it's due. This is a black doctor. Not only that, she's a woman. Okay? In a white-dominated field. Do you understand me? Mm-hmm. I admire her. I love her. Sometimes I look at her and I have nothing to say because she's everything to me. And then here's my brother, who, if he's Mr. Go Get It, Mr. Make It Happen.
Please.
Do you understand? I'm talking about in a world where you are begging somebody to be a father to their kids.
This one,
give me the kid. Bitch, have you. Give me the kid. And it's like, wow. Like, shout out to the black dads. Shout out to strong black men who play chess and understand chess in real time, not just the game, like in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I admire him being able to say, this is what I am. This is who I want to be. This is what I'm going to do. And really, like, really doing it. Like, a lot of people talk a lot of shit. Everything, internet, golly.
We calling out all caps.
We calling out all caps on the spot. But even
spot.
me, like, I get hit with a lot of procrastination, a lot of laziness. I know it seemed like I've accomplished a lot, but boy, did it take a long time to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Procrastinate?
No, procrastination is just a human trait. Like, I'm on some procrastination shit heavily right now. Like,
but from my eyes, I don't see it in him. He may conceal it well, but when I look at thing 1 and thing 2, I am totally just like, it is something to be. You know what I'm saying? And in a world where people don't want to be like nobody, it is totally okay to be inspired. And I am inspired. I adore them. Like, I have nothing but great things to say about them. Even when one is drunk and on my nerve. Okay.
That's you. I don't be drinking like that.
Surely not. It can't be me.
I just like to be my higher self.
Not on her nerve.
I don't
Maybe
be on
drunk, but not on her nerve.
You be on her nerves?
No, she don't.
Impossible.
No, she don't. She don't be on my nerves.
Let me say this. I adore both of y'all, though. You know what I mean?
This is a love show.
Don't get started.
You already called me cute.
Right. Don't start.
But in real life, like, just as black women who are authentic and are resilient and ambitious, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I say about all my sisters, like, it ain't no hoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, they never aspire to be like hoes or just out here. Like, y'all always just, you know what I'm saying, went on to do amazing things. Like, Key, I'm just always inspired by your once again, authenticity and your transparency and your influence on you know, and being able to inspire others into action is a gift. You know what I mean? And it's a gift that can really make you very rich. But we'll talk about that off the mic.
The highest human act is to inspire.
You feel me? And see Andre, you know what I'm saying?
Please.
got a bunch of nicknames for my dog, you know what I mean? But just you know, Sierra used to cry when she used to get B's on her report card.
Oh, talk about working from a high level. Because here's me.
She just always setting the bar.
Yeah.
To the highest level, like, and exceeding bar and never settling, like you know what I'm saying. Even though I'm older than you, like, just seeing that has always just been an inspiration for me as well. Like, yeah, you know,
sobbing, bro, like crocodile tears.
You know, really on some trash. Like my mom used to say, all we had to do was not bring no seeds home, and shit was cool. So, and you crying over a me, I'm Mr. Bare Minimum. Like,
B is for bare.
B is for the bare. I'm doing the bare minimum.
Meanwhile, in nursing school, you passed with a 75%.
No, it was like an 84 and up back in the day. Like, it wasn't even an 80. Like, you had to have an 80. But, you know, I was cool with that. But Sierra, like, I remember she got this B one time, and she was really, like, going through it, and I was just so, like,
because they really tried
it. I just didn't understand it at that time.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all don't understand what it's like to have these type of people in your life who are not operating. I mean, not you, because you said you are, but to just have somebody in your life that's just not operating from the bare minimum perspective pushes you to want to do better. Like, I literally was telling y'all once, like, it was times where I was like, a test would break me. Like, if you don't pass this test, you're done. That was me operating from a very low vibrational plane. Okay?
Very
and
low
I'm talking about,
vibrational.
I'm in a field where life and death outside of God is like in my hands. Like, if I make the wrong decision, somebody could live or die. So I have no room to work from that type of space. So to have that type of influence in my life, I am surrounded by some of the greatest people ever. And I feel like at times I don't pay enough homage and I don't give enough credit to who I'm looking up to, because I have so many people looking up to me. I have so many people leaning on me, but y'all don't know. In my darkest moments, I am leaning on, okay,
mostly me.
Please.
I was like, take me out this group chat and we can stay in one
in the
with
bed.
us. Okay.
Please. I just really want to say that one thing that I admire about both of y'all is that every single thing that y'all do is authentically you, right? Like you built this whole platform just being my little sister. Like what? Like you know Nurse Key? Give me a break, bro. What you talking about?
Are you talking about Shaq?
You talking about Shaq?
Shut up.
That's my little sister.
You know how long it took me to call you Key? Like that's Shaq. What are y'all talking about?
My real name is Shaquila, for those who
right,
are new here.
Or niggas like, that's your sister?
Yeah.
Yeah, now pick your mouth up.
Right. Do you want to fight? Like,
you know what I love? I love when my people's like, not just y'all, but like I have people that are somewhere and this bitch is talking shit. I love it because when they be like, oh, no, that's like my cousin, and they be like, oh, no, not like that. Like, no, just like that. Like, that's cute. That's funny.
Anyway, no.
All
but
jokes.
like, yeah, all jokes aside, I really love that y'all always make time for me. Cause you know, Shaquila, you mentioned earlier that you was always the oldest or the youngest, right? I was always the middle child.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? It was always somebody older than me, somebody I could look up to, somebody who had been where I was trying to go, and there was always somebody younger than me that was going, you know, let me be soft, right? And so I really appreciate y'all letting me be me because you are so comfortable in yourselves. And yeah, like Ellery, you are dad of the year. If nobody told you that, we did.
We will still tell you forever.
Ellery, you are entrepreneur of the year. Like
you are the man of the year.
Dog. Like
I'm trying.
Yeah, people be telling me, oh, I want to start a business. Oh, so I have an MBA too, right? So like when people be talking this business shit to me, I be like, you ain't for real. This one?
It's so for real.
It's for real.
Like, too for real.
And built it from the bottom, like from scratch.
Google University.
Very good. You know what I'm saying? I went and got that MBA because they was like, you go get this degree, we'll pay you an extra, 30 bands a year. And I said,
it's nothing.
I know how to do math.
It ain't hard.
The math is mathing.
The math is mathing.
But yeah, I really appreciate that. Y'all are both just, y'all light my day up. I know if I'm down, I'm about to crawl into the group chat. And it's gonna be some bullshit waiting on me.
Yes, it is.
I got some bullshit every day. Like we can just always just drop something in the chat. It's therapeutic.
Well, for the sake of time, I wish we could stay here all day. Unfortunately, we cannot. I want to just say that I am in a space to where I want to share the greatest parts of me with people in hopes that if you came with nothing else, you leave with something. And these are the greatest parts of me. One of them. Dallas isn't here today. So I want to thank y'all for allowing me to be me, showing up and not having to save face. And like I said, these are my people. They are everything to me. So shout out to my sister. I feel like she's the greatest person in the world, the greatest doctor in the world. If I could have her as my doctor, I would. If it wasn't a such thing as conflict as interest, off the record. And shout out to my brother for just being the epitome of a great man and what it looks like to have a great man in your life. And I hope that you guys were able to identify and resonate with this episode. This is a Nerd's Key podcast, and I will see you all next week.
Thank you.
Skirt.
First of all.